What's up, crew? Welcome to Be Your Inspiration. Go ahead, like, comment, share, and bang that subscribe button and enjoy the ride. Today, I bring you a collab that I'm doing with my pops from the Make a Change Falling Sun podcast, as we are bringing you the 7 Life Pandemic series, and it's going to be something you do not want to miss. It will hit you in the core. It's the things that have been going on since the beginning of time that's affecting mankind daily. So we hope that you enjoy these next 7 videos brought to you by Be Your Inspiration, collabed with the Make a Change Following Some podcast. Enjoy. So again, we'll bring you guys these epic pandemics. We have 7 of them, so we will finish them up by the end of middle of next week. And we hope that you guys like them. We hope that you continue to give your feedback about them and really grasp them. As tonight we bring you day 3 of the pandemics, and that's going to be laziness. So again, we thank our creator for this amazing opportunity, and we're ready to rock and roll tonight on Raw Wednesday. Pop, what you got for him?
Yeah, man, I want to thank the creator for the opportunity of life for allowing me to wake up this Wednesday and to open the two great gifts that I have, which are my eyes, and to be able to put the second great gift I have, which are my feet upon the ground. And then the third gift, to put my knees upon the ground and to give gratitude for the things that I have and not for the things that I want. I want to thank my creator for my sons, Jeremy, Parker, and Ty. As you guys know, they are my inspiration. They are my fire. They are the kindling to that fire that erupts my soul and erupts my spirit. And I want to thank my creator for each and every one of you. Because without you, we wouldn't have this platform to be able to bring these messages to you. And like I said, like my son was saying, our original goal was to just touch one life, and it still is. And to forever and ever, that's what it will be, is just to touch that one life, and for that one person to find something that we may say that may assist them in finding and tapping into their true greatness. So I want to thank my creator just for giving me this opportunity to finally in my life over this 11-year journey to understand myself and to understand life in the format, and to have blessed me with this knowledge and with this ability to be here with my son so that we can bring you the Make a Change Father and Son podcast.
Absolutely. So viewers, we thank you for almost 2 years of being with us, as we are almost up on our 2-year mark, and it's an amazing journey. And we've collabed, we've brought to you so many tools, and this is nothing short but a phenomenal journey. We're to continue to climb, we're to continue to prosper, we're to continue to shine bright, and continue to give this raw message and these raw words. And so again, tonight we bring you day 3 of the 7 Life Pandemic series. And tonight we're getting right into it. Laziness. And we've all been there. We're diving deep in it. We've all been there. Every single one of us have been there. Once were there. And maybe still there as we speak right now. And if you are, it's okay. We have those days of laziness. But when it continues to be consistent, that's a problem. Now the laziness is taking over, instead of us being consistent on us being better, giving our very best self. The number one thing that you see a lot is that you're so lazy to make anything happen for yourself that, again, if you catch my vibe there, it goes into being a victim. You think everything's owed to you. So I'm going to be lazy today. I guarantee you a lot of you have slept in before. We can all agree that we have. My question is to you now, are you sleeping in now on this journey that you're on? You claim that you want everything. Everybody in this world since the beginning of time has claimed they want everything. But you have the same 24 hours as the greats to make it happen for yourself. But you've been too lazy. You've been conditioned by society. That pandemic of laziness has now taken over your life. And now you don't make the next move that can actually push you to the next level. And so we have to now, what we're going to do tonight is dive in on the laziness that has been happening. And then we're giving you, of course, the tools to now push through that laziness and break through that pandemic.
Yep. Like my son was saying, the definition of laziness, I looked it up. It's the quality of being unwilling to work or use energy. Idleness. Right? idleness. Like, when your car is idling, when you have your foot on the brake pedal, or you have it in neutral and that needle just stays at the 1 and just bounces, that's your engine idling. Some of us are that same way with life. The needle's not moving anywhere. We've allowed our life to become stagnant, but we say we want more. Mm-hmm. But we're afraid. We've utilized so many different aspects of what is out there in society as an excuse. We utilize fear, right? We utilize doubt as that parking brake. But we say we want more. We say we want to go forward, but we are fearful to put our foot on the gas pedal and put it in drive so that needle can move out of idleness and begin to gain momentum and begin to climb until you can touch your greatness. See, we have to get out of that mindset. And everything, all these pandemics of life have affected the mind of each and every individual that has allowed these things to affect them. And we think there's not a cure. We think there's no cure to it. And we use excuses, and we play the pity and shame on me and shame on my parents, and we do the blame game to make ourselves feel better about the situation that we are presently in.
And that's the thing. You've created that for yourself. And being lazy, you really have killed yourself. You're slowly killing yourself. And you have been. Society has conditioned you to really kill yourself. That's why your worth ethic isn't worth anything. And that's why I bring that up, work ethic. I'm surrounded by, on my side job, I'm surrounded by young dudes in their early 20s, maybe even younger. They should have a body full of energy, be wanting to go and get it. But, they've been conditioned. They've been conditioned that they don't need to work any harder than anybody else. Mind you, I have a 60-something-year-old man that works harder than them, that pushes harder than them. The young dude's worth ethic isn't worth anything. They complain. Society has conditioned them since birth that they complain that their worth ethic isn't needed, right? They don't need to push a little bit harder to get what they want. But if they cry, if they moan and groan, maybe they will. Pops and I talk about this a lot. Grown men, but a little boy mentality. And that's exactly what happens with laziness. Same thing goes for young ladies. Woman here, young lady mentality. And that's what happens with laziness, right? So you tend to discredit yourself by your work ethic. I guarantee you when you're lazy, you don't get up early. You don't hit the ground running. Mind you, give gratitude first. Hit the ground running. I find it extremely important to hit the ground running. And then slowly ease yourself off that pedal if you have to. Trust me, I'm not saying there's not days where you need to regroup or recharge or that reboot, but not a whole day of laziness, not making anything happen for you and what you want in your life on this journey. But see, you've been conditioned that way. The pandemic of laziness has consumed your whole life. That again, all these things fall into place. You being the victim, you coming up with every excuse. You catch our vibe now here. So now being lazy in everything that you do, there's a consequence to that. There's a big consequence to that. You will not go 120 beast mode. You will not get the things that you so claim that you deserve. You've been conditioned, my friends. And that's a problem that we are going to start breaking every day here on the Make a Change, Follow Some podcast and Be Your Inspiration.
And son, just like you say, when people afraid to put their foot on the gas pedal. And with these different pandemics come even additional diseases and viruses that you acquire, right?
Right.
You begin to get the disease called I am privileged. You think that you're privileged, that these things automatically should come to you without you putting in any work. So there should be no need for you to put your foot on the gas pedal, right? You begin to think that time stops for you. That's another disease you acquire. right? And you acquire so many diseases that you put yourself into the pandemic of laziness. And you just remain this stagnant person, but you're expecting all these results.
Yeah,
you want
big
all
time.
these things to happen for you, right? And then you get upset when they don't happen. And then you begin to play the blame game when they don't happen. But yet you're not doing nothing to correct it because you are caught up in the pandemic of laziness.
You haven't put in no effort at all.
All those diseases, like this thing, are setting you back, holding you back from tapping into your greatness. And you've allowed society to now dictate how you are going to foresee your future and your present life.
And that's the thing too. A lot of people have put themselves in that lazy state where now they don't put in no effort for the things that they want in their life. So you then start to complain. You continue to make up those excuses, and you hit more roadblocks. Being in that conditioned mindset of laziness, you get to hit roadblocks constantly. You're constantly going to have some kind of dark cloud trying to bring you down because you're not making no effort, no decision to move forward when you know that you're the only one that has the ability to make choices for yourself. You continue to have these breakthroughs, right? So we must start to work our mindset to change, to be better, to get out of that state of being lazy. You know, the thing that happens the most is, why sleep in? What benefit do you get from sleeping in? You know, that was my main thing when the time where I was lazy. You know, I never really slept in, but sleeping to 8:30, 9 o'clock, that's sleeping into me. Mm-hmm. And so, you know, what was that purpose? What did I gain from that? Nothing. You know, I was lazy. You know, because most of the time, think about it. You wake up, most of us are just laying there, watching the ceiling fan spin, racing with your thoughts, playing the mind game. When we could actually be going after our goals and dreams, the things that will move us in the right direction. And so we tend to break ourselves down. We put ourselves in these dark pits, right? Because again, we don't think that we're capable of doing anything. Your work ethic is trash. You put in no effort to the things that you want for yourself, and you're sleeping in till 11 o'clock. You know what I mean? Like, the day's over. The day is completely over, and you're wondering why you're not having the success that you want. You know, it's even better yet when, I stayed out, until such and such time. You know, and so the laziness has been conditioned on you for ages. Or you work too hard. Well, we didn't work hard enough. You know, you have to remember that you are so valuable and so important that you should be working on yourself constantly. Finding better ways to, move yourself in that right direction. That will guide you in the right direction. And so that's our key message, is that tonight, as we continue to go through this laziness pandemic, we will give you the tools that will push you out of this rut, and guide you to right where you need to be.
Yeah, Will Smith says it best, right? He says, your heart, your life, your happiness is your responsibility and your responsibility alone. When we get into that mindset of laziness, we put that responsibility on others to bring us happiness. We're not going to go get it. Bring it to us. That's how lazy we become. Bring me happiness. Bring me life. I'm not going to go get life. Bring it to me. All right? Bring me joy. I don't want to go out there and create joy for myself. Bring me joy. All right? Bring me love. I don't want to go out there and create and give love or find love. I want it to be brought to me. Right? So we develop that mindset, which has been around since the beginning of time, has affected mankind forever, but we turn blind eyes to these things. We don't want to call it laziness. Nobody wants to look into the mirror and say, I'm lazy.
No, they don't want to admit that.
You want to go, what? Nah, man, I go out there and get what I want. So the thing is, if you have to do something, if you want to do something, then do it. If you have something to change, if you want to change something, then change it. A lot of people look at that motto that Nike came out, just do it. And they talk about it. They talk about, oh man, that's Nike's motto. Think about what that motto is really saying to you. Just do it. So if you want things in your life and you believe that you deserve those things, then just do it and go get them. Make it happen for yourself.
Yeah.
Stop waiting around for people to bring it to you, or for society to bring it to you, or for a loved one to bring it to you.
That's the thing too. You got to stop waiting for society to give you the go ahead, to give you the okay to now move forward. You know, a lot of people, and it's funny that we're talking about that. A lot of people play life like the game Monopoly. Move spaces, go ahead, pass go, collect this. You know, and a lot of us play that game, and that's you being lazy, man. And it goes right back to work ethic. You know, the whole thing where we challenged ourselves to be better, why not do that daily? Why not seek challenges? I mean, in everything. You know, in everything that you do, seek challenges of just anything. Why not do that? Because you know why it hasn't happened? Society has said, well, no, listen. I got to throw fear in there. I got to throw fear in your face and tell you, hold off. That's not where you want to go. That's dangerous. That's fear. And you know, that's where they hold you back from your greatness. Because I believe, and I truly believe this, you should go out there and challenge yourself with every single thing that comes to you. Every single thing. I don't care if it's a job, if it's a human being, if it's whatever. Lifting weights, you know, fitness, you know, that's where I'm at. You know, challenging yourself to just do it. Because that's exactly what needs to happen. Just go out there and do it, and it will change things. You know, that's like right now, I was facing the fear and being lazy of moving forward in the fitness industry. But I'm really good at it. But society was throwing fear out there, right? Nah, just be lazy. Be lazy. Something will come your way. A gym's gonna call you. My phone hasn't rang in almost a month. Ain't no gym calling. I made moves on my own. I challenged myself. I stopped being lazy and made a commitment to myself because I know those are counting on me. Right? So again, we go back on this, that your reason has to be so much greater than that fear. The reason, right? The reason of why you're doing what you do has to be so much more greater than that fear. But that's the thing that holds you back. Fear. So then you become lazy. And then you become making up excuses. And then guess what? Victim falls right into it. And you're now a puppet, a part of society, and they've consumed everything about you. They know everything about you. They know your every move. Why? Because they are the conductor of you being the puppet.
Yeah, and the thing is, you got to think, since the beginning of time, everybody has heard that real life is easy. It should be easy, man. You should enjoy. It should be this. It should be that. Right? And they feed you this pipe dream. They feed you this pipe dream that it doesn't take hard work to have the life that you want. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here today to tell you, my son is here today to tell you, the Make a Change Father and Son podcast is here to tell you, life is not easy. No. Life is tough.
You got to think about that. Was it easy for you to even come in this world?
Exactly.
Not even close. It wasn't even easy for you to come into this world. So why would it be easy when you are here?
Yeah. But society and the world wants to try to convince you that life should be this easy street. That everything should just go your way. That there should be no challenges. There should be no difficulties. Right? But you have to understand this. Those that persevere, those that overcome, those that push through, the trials, the tribulations, and go through the failures are the ones that are going to go to the next level. And you got to think, every single individual in the entire world has a story. Do you want your story to be heard? Do you want your story to be told? Then you have to go out there and create that life for you so that people can tell a story about you. Mm-hmm. Because it's easy for people to say the masses or the majority, or to use you as a statistic and classify you in the 85 percentile or the 10 percentile or the 1 percentile, right? Just like when you were in school. Used to be, oh yeah, the 5 percentile, or your ranking, your grade, your GPA is in the 2 percentile. So, you're in the top 2% of your class for valedictorian, and all these different things. See, society has programmed you to think in that way. You have to retrain yourself to think for yourself. And it's going to take a lot of hard work. So you have to be willing to put in the work, ladies and gentlemen. That's where this laziness part comes in. You can't be lazy and have the life you want.
And the thing is, too, how do you want to be remembered? Your legacy, everything goes back to your legacy, because how do you want to be remembered? At the end of the day, that should matter to you. That should be an importance to you, because, no one wants to be. You have a purpose here. You wouldn't. The time when you're in that dark place would have been it for you. But no, your Creator had something more for you. So you should live your very best life and be your very best self and give it to the world. Because at the end of the day, you owe the world that. Your gift, your greatness that's inside of you, you owe that to the world. But society is going to throw things in front of you to stop you from giving that to the world. And laziness has been one of the number one things. And you say, okay, I'll obey that. I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go just Netflix binge all week. Oh, COVID hit? Oh, perfect time to be lazy. I'm going to be in my pajamas all day. Think about that too. During this pandemic, so many people got ready for work in their pajamas. I saw so many people going to Zoom meetings in their pajamas. You weren't even dressed for work. See, that's the problem. Society has said that's okay. I'm going to give them media to attend to, but not required to dress professionally. Wear your pajamas. Wear your pajamas. So now you don't even present yourself how you normally do on your day-to-day 9 to 5. You've gotten conditioned by society. Society said, oh, slow down, people. Y'all are starting to have a breakthrough. You're starting to have a breakthrough. I got to slow you down.
Yep, get in idle.
I got to slow you down and push the brakes on you, because you're starting to break through. See, the enemy doesn't want to see you break through. The enemy does not want to see you break through. They want you to fall into this trap of being lazy, coming up with every excuse, and being a victim, to where you do not break through to give the world your greatness, to not rise above it and shine bright.
Get consumed by the pandemics. And you got to think, right? I'm sure everybody has heard this little motto called rise and shine, right? Rise and shine. Do you know that little motto doesn't mean the sun? Rise and shine does not mean the sun. The sun that you see in the morning? That's not what rise and shine means. It means you. For you to rise and shine as an individual. For you to go out there and, like Mr. Gary Bloom says, make yourself 1% better than you did yesterday. For you to complete something or do something you didn't do the day before, knowing you should have done it, right? Just like I told you, if you have something to change, if you want to change something, then change it, right? If you want to do something, if you have to do something, then just do it, right? We procrastinate. We procrastinate because these pandemics of the world have made it so easy for us to easily fall into one of those categories. Very easy. And society has accepted the excuse that if we fall into one of them pandemics, it's okay. It's okay. Because society has put them there for you. Yeah. They want you to fall into one of the pandemics, one of the excuses that they've put out there in the world. so that you can be what? Average. So that you can be what? Like the masses. They don't want you to separate yourself from the masses. They don't want you to be an individual, unique and authentic to who you truly are. They don't want you to tap into greatness.
And that's the thing too. They
to this day,
they've had you at average. They've had you at average since the beginning of time. Because we were just talking about this the other day. Since school, that you've gotten accepted just being average. You can be lazy and get bumped up to the next grade. You can literally be lazy, people. You can show up late to work, late to school, and you got bumped up to the next grade. As long as you completed your assignments, you got bumped up to the next grade. And that's what happens throughout life. It's been conditioned, and that's been a pandemic. So think about it. Now on this amazing journey that you're on, why are you going to want to do that? Why do you want to be average? Why not separate yourself from all that chaos in the world? You know what I mean? Because it's so important that you do so. Because if you do not, you will fall into all these traps. All these set up traps. Think about it. I was talking to Brandy today about it. Since this COVID thing has done whatever, you don't hear about none of the other chaos. Now that election's happening, that's what you're starting to hear about. You're starting to see all those amazing commercials that they've paid millions and billions of dollars for, right? You don't see nothing else about nothing else that's going on in the world. And then all of a sudden, boom, here comes another chaos thing with sex trafficking and other chaos of the world. Oh, let me distract them from this so I can mess with COVID a little bit, tweak it up a little bit, make this thing red, make this thing blue, and then boom, I'm going to bring it back. Come on, people, you got to pay attention. When you separate yourself from the chaos and out of and of that being average, and stop being lazy to do the research that is necessary, man, you have a breakthrough. That's a breakthrough. That's like a light bulb went off on my head when I told her that. Like, yo, they're distracting people with this chaos. The masses over here are getting distracted, right? But when you separate yourself because you're not lazy, you want to go do some research, wow, they got all this other chaos of the world going on to consume you and take you off your path. And you cannot let that happen. You have to keep driving force going forward. And you have to go all in. You have to go full throttle, 120 beast mode, each and every day. And there are days for, you ease up a little bit to regroup. But the whole lazy thing, no. That doesn't exist now on this journey because life isn't easy. Life was never told to you that it was going to be easy, and you never signed a permission slip that it was going to be easy. Life is extremely hard. And as you all know, on this amazing journey, you are guaranteed 3 things. You are living right now, being your very best self right now. You will pay taxes, and you will die. So how are you going to live during those times? And it's completely up to you. It is completely up to you of what you want in your life. And laziness shouldn't be on that board. On that vision board there shouldn't be no laziness. There shouldn't be no excuses, and you should not be the victim.
Yeah, like my son was saying, that vision board. What should be on that board is grind. Grind, right? And you have to be committed to grinding until you get the things that you know you deserve and the things that you know you want, right? And life's not easy, but we have the ability to make choices. And sometimes we have to make some hard decisions in our life, but we must be willing to make those hard decisions even when it's things that we don't want to do, but it's part of the process in order to get the things that we want.
Oh yeah, you got to trust the process.
To achieve in our life. We got to be willing to make them hard decisions for ourselves, even when we don't want to. But when it's part of the process in order to get where we want to go in this life and to obtain our greatness, we have to be willing to make those tough decisions. Mm-hmm. And again, I'm going to fall back to the Nike motto. Just do it. Mm-hmm. We have to be willing to just do it.
You got to trust the process on this journey.
And the difficulty.
You must trust the process. If you do not trust the process on this journey of life, I mean, it is extremely rough. Don't get me wrong. It is extremely rough to trust the process. Think about your situations that you're in, viewers, and the things that you're going through. There's so much more, but fear is right there just telling you, you're going to fall short. You are going to fall short of this, so don't even make the attempt. But how do you know that if you don't make the attempt?
Yeah, if you don't try.
If you don't go out there and just challenge yourself. Literally, think about it. You know right now, on all that you do, when you come out of this laziness, right? You finally like, all right, I'm going to lace up my bootstraps. I'm listening to these guys. I'm going to go all in tomorrow. I'm going to give gratitude. I'm hitting the ground running. Nothing's going to stop me. Okay. So we go all in. We're going to challenge ourselves. You know there's only two things that can happen, right? And you know one. You for sure know one that, hey, I can fall short. You know that for a guarantee, right? Because that fear and that thought, I know it comes through your head. It comes through mine daily, right? That's the first one. Boom. You ain't gonna do good today, brother. You're gonna fall short today, right? It's the first one. And you know that. So if you take the second, the few minutes to close your eyes and just regroup, instead of going into laziness and go into all in and go into what my mentor has just taught me, which is from grind to burn. Hey man, you already know what you do from there. You set yourself on fire. You set yourself on fire, and then guess what? All the glory, everything that you wanted right there in that moment ignites. And when you do that, they come and see you burn. And that's exactly what we have to do on this amazing journey of life. As crazy and as fearful as it is, you have to go make that attempt. Get off your couch. Get out of being in that bed past 9 o'clock. Make a change, make a difference. Surround yourself around different individuals. Because I used to surround myself around lazy individuals. Their work ethic was shit. And you just follow that. They're spoon-fed individuals. You just follow it. You're like, all right, cool. I'm just going to hang out with Joe Smo and be like them. But then look, you're being like them instead of being like you. Leave your footprints on this planet. Leave your footprints here. Leave your legacy here. Because at the end of the day, everything between those two, them dates, that's what matters. That's what counts. That's where the grind, the burn truly is. And we want to see it. We want to explore it. And you owe it to the world. So now it's time to really get into separating ourselves from laziness. And the key thing is start getting up earlier. Start dedicating, a lot more time to yourself and the things that will move you in the right directions. Surround yourself around like-minded individuals. And that's one of the breakthroughs, I believe, is when you start to surround yourself around key players, nothing can really stop you. And I believe now on this journey for myself, I have key players. I have a crazy, crazy reason why I'm going all in on the things that I want for myself. I got a crazy reason. I got a soon-to-be wife in the future, and I got this amazing blessing of a daughter that is going to be counting on me to leave my mark here, to leave my legacy here. So your reason has to be strong. It has to be powerful, and you have to make the attack. And so get a plan and let's start making an attack on our life and separate ourselves from the masses and from that laziness in this pandemic.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, because if you do not, society and this world will whip you until you surrender. Until you surrender. You must armor yourself up on a daily basis to fight the battle of life. It's a cruel world. And whoever tells you it isn't is lying to you. And if you have convinced yourself the world isn't cruel, you're lying to yourself. And you've been blindsided, right? You're backpedaling, right? You're not seeing what truly is there.
All right.
Right? So you must armor yourself up, and you must take responsibility for your life and come out of this pandemic a winner. The pandemic of laziness, come out a winner. The trophy is at the top of the mountain waiting for you. Are you going to be holding it? Or is the world going to hold it and tell you that they've claimed the trophy that belonged to you and your life? And now you're rated second. versus being rated first.
And things like that, for sure. If you need to go after something.
Got to.
And you know what you need to do? You need to change your routine up. I know what I mean? Like, that's another challenge. Now we're on this part of laziness where we kick laziness to the curb, right? So let's put some tools in our bag. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change up our routine. We're going to challenge ourselves with something new. Jumpstart our tomorrow with something new. And a lot of us, for a lot of our newest viewers, we got to give gratitude. You got to give gratitude because someone didn't make it. You know what I mean? And even throughout your day, give gratitude. Give gratitude for the people that you come across, that you encounter. Man, someone may cut you off, right? Give gratitude. Hey, man, as long as you didn't kill me and my family and cause damage, I pray that you get home safely. Because guess what? There's times where that could save you from being in that accident. You know what I mean? So it's just constant things that we have to give gratitude for. But we start putting those tools in our bag of being grateful for the things that we have at our fingertips at the present moment that we can physically touch. Because we too then will be able to go and grab what's in our future. But we have to be grateful for what we have right now. And that's for viewers that haven't been with us and just now getting with us. That's a key element. Being grateful for what you have right now. And then from being grateful for what you have, you're able to move forward. You're able to go through those hard times, and that's your breakthrough, right? And we're going to put those pieces together, and you'll start building your life. You'll start being your very best self. And you start surrounding yourself around different people, which are like-minded individuals. You carry yourself a little bit better. You're rising and you're shining. And that's really what it's about. Hit the ground running, truly.
Yeah, and the thing is, we have to learn, ladies and gentlemen, that in order to have the life we want, it's going to take some work. And we have to stop trying to avoid those obstacles and those barriers, right? We have to start saying, I'm going to go through these things. And stop trying to duck and weave. And, your life is not a boxing match, right? It's not a boxing match. You're not trying to duck and weave. You're going to go through so you can learn the lessons of these challenges and of these obstacles, right? So that you can learn to win, right? Because life's going to come at you, regardless. If you're here or not, life's coming. Every day, life comes. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Do you have enough strength? Are you bold enough? Are you brave enough? Are you courageous enough? Are you not lazy? Have you let the lazy pandemic of society consume you? And you think there's no way out of it. And just like we said about the last two previous podcasts, the no excuses and the victimization, you are the cure. You are the cure. You don't have to search for it nowhere else except within. Within yourself is the cure, is the vaccine. You are the vaccine for your pandemic of laziness.
Absolutely. Ain't got going no hunt.
Change Father and Son gives you the tools to also use to pull yourself out of the pandemic. But you have to have the will and be courageous enough to dig deep inside of yourself and say, I am going to do it. I am willing to change, and then make that commitment and be willing to do it and be willing to change.
That's where you got to go right there and go, what's my purpose? You know what I mean? So many times, we get caught up in situations, and you want to fall back into being lazy. You want to just go and just get through the day. I used to hear it a lot, get my 8, hit the gate. You know what I mean? It's like, man, you just want to get your 8 hours and be out of here. Like that's all you want to do? To go do what? To just try to get, do a repeat tomorrow if it's granted to you? We shouldn't have that mentality. We should have the mentality of, man, I got 24 hours to be my very best self. Instead of giving all my 8 to this job, I need to give 24 hours, 365 to oneself. To oneself all day. And at the end of the day, you start to see yourself as a greater individual, as a person that has power. Because at the end of the day, you have so much power. Man, I'm instilling it in myself a lot. I have a great mentor. I have great people around me. And as I give that energy to others of being a voice, it's powerful, man. I'm letting you all know how powerful you truly are. You are very, very powerful individuals. So there's no need to be lazy. There's so much. You're a leader, right? So lead by example. Separate yourself from that chaos, from the individuals that work ethic is trash. At the end of the day, give them a hand. Like, tell them, man, you're so much more. But you don't show it. And the crazy thing is, back to a little bit to the work ethic part, is that these individuals that work ethic is trash, they don't have an understanding. They don't have the mindset, So they've been conditioned. So they need these tools. They need to get around great mentees and understand that there's so much more, because at the end of the day, the tools that are inside of you, that are within you, everything that you're carrying, you just have to unlock it. And you have to dig it out. Only you can do that. No one else is going to do it for you. Society will tell you A to Z how to live their life. The enemy will have you follow that plan to a T if you let it. And guess what's been going on since the beginning of time? Laziness.
Yeah.
Excuses. And playing the victim.
Yeah, and all that being lazy does is allow you time to place limitations on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And on obtaining the things that you want and achieving your greatness.
Constantly.
You get to say, there's nothing more that I can do. There's nothing more that I can go after.
There's always more to do.
That's not for me. Yeah, that's not for me. I'm not good enough for that. That's only good enough for them. And so on and so on. So you develop additional diseases and viruses based off of a pandemic that's been around since the beginning of time, that has affected mankind forever and ever and a day. And you fall into those categories, and society looks at you and go, it's okay. It's okay.
You belong there.
You feel comfortable. So now you fall back into your comfort zone. You stop challenging yourself. You stop going for your greatness. You stop trying to be 1% better, right? And you start letting society and the world dictate to you your circumstances, instead of you making the decisions and you having the say-so about the circumstance. It's how you handle the circumstance, how the circumstance will affect you, right? And you just let it bold-facedly affect you in its negative, true, authentic
you've
way.
And on that point there, you've let society put labels on you in categories. Yeah. You got your rich class, your mediocre, and your poor. You've allowed society to put that on you when you shouldn't. Nope. Lower class, nothing. I'm just as powerful as the next individual.
Yep.
Period. And you have to feel that. You have to allow that to I'm telling you, people, you got to understand how powerful you truly are. That laziness does not live inside of you. Only you and the enemy can allow that. And I'm telling you, do not allow laziness to consume your life. Separate yourself from the masses. Set yourself away from the enemy. Because greatness is within you, and you deserve to shine. You deserve to go out there and live your very best life. And so that's what we need to do. Tomorrow, if you're granted that tomorrow, give gratitude. Hit the ground running and go full speed into your greatness and your purpose of what you truly desire. Don't go to your 9-to-5 hating it, because that's not your purpose. That's not what you're put here to do, is to wake up, eat your Wheaties and go hit your 9-to-5. That's not what you're made to do. Your purpose now, the thing that you love, the thing that sets you apart, the thing that sets you on fire, that's what you need to go do. Now, don't mishear my words and say, oh, he's telling me I need to go quit my job. I am going to pay my bills. I'm not saying that. Do what you got to do to support your family. Do what you got to do to put food on the table. But add a little bit more to what you truly love, what you truly desire, what truly will set you on fire. Because that's what you're made to do. And I promise you, when you start to move that direction, that will soon be that income. That soon will give you financial freedom. That soon will bring you so much more joy. And that soon will soon separate you from the masses.
Yep. And just like you were saying, son, don't quit your job and stuff like that, because of course there's bills and things you have to take care of. But you have to use what my son was just saying as the mindset to have to push you through your day, your entire day, to where throughout the entire day, even if you don't like what you're doing it for your purpose, right? You're creating that income so that whatever your purpose is, you can work your way towards it, right? And you're doing it with passion. You're doing it with drive. You're doing it with enthusiasm. You're doing it with vigor. You're doing it with fire. Why? Because the mindset that you have is constant, is there looking at your vision, looking at your dreams. And you know one day your dream, your visions will become your reality. And you're using that to push you and drive you through the day, right? So, promotions are going to come your way. Why? Because you're not really thinking about what you're doing, because you know your vision, your dreams, and your purpose are so much bigger than anything that is presently right before you. Sure. That's the fire, right? That's the kindling that makes your little campfire a bonfire. And you feel it with passion inside of you, and it just pushes you to make the most of every second, all 86,400 seconds of every single day. Because you understand also that time is not on your side. So you're trying to take advantage of every second possible to become better and better and better at falling into your true craft, which is unlocking your true authenticity and your own truth.
And the thing is, too, think about this right now, viewers, as the world has placed this pandemic, right, on the world. So many people have become lazy. As you know, promotions are sky high right now. You can go get a promotion real quick if you aren't lazy. You can actually start your own business right now if you're not lazy. You can actually go and get a job real easy by skipping a few steps because they're hurting for employees. So there shouldn't be no excuses. There shouldn't be you playing the victim. And there shouldn't be you being too lazy to go after what you truly want. Right now, in this so-called pandemic of COVID-19, it's the perfect opportunity to go all in 120 on the things that matter and mean most to you. Yep. It's time to separate yourself from the masses. It's time now to not let laziness, that's been a pandemic on life since the beginning of time, that has affected mankind since then. It's time now for you to separate yourself and be out of there, on the path of greatness, on the path of being the creator that you truly are, to go out there and impact the world every step that you make, to leave your mark on this world. Because time is consistent, and your goal is to be consistent like time. So go out there, be your very best self, continue to push extremely hard on the things that you want, and get rid of this life pandemic of laziness.
Yeah, man. And like my son was, just saying right there, man, this world, you have to understand we're all in this world, but we do not all have to be a part of what is going on in this world. And just like he said, by separating yourself, separate yourself from this world, right? Yes, you have to be in the world. You're living in the world, but you don't have to be a part of the chaos. You don't have to be a part of all this noise that seems to just exhume itself and speaks so loud, right? Separate yourself and quiet the noise for your life. Because this noise that this world makes is a noise that only the masses should be able to hear. So by separating yourself, you quiet the noise and you start to focus and concentrate on your life, your true authentic life that was meant for you. And you begin to quiet the noise of the chaos. Quiet the noise of the distractions, right? Quiet the voice of the doubters and the haters. And you begin to tap into your greatness and begin to live the very best version you possibly can for you, your loved ones, and your significant others. So, ladies and gentlemen, we must come out of this pandemic winners. We must come out of this pandemic champions. Because guess what? We deserve it, and life is there waiting for you. But you must be willing to stop being lazy and decide to put in the hard work that it's going to take to achieve the life that you want and to become the person you know that you deserve to become. So just let's make it happen. Let's just go out there and let's just do it.
And the only thing I want to say, viewers, the only thing that I heard Pop say that I slightly I feel a little different is life isn't waiting on you. Life is going. Life is going without you. And you have to start living life. Because if not, it's just gonna go.